All right, we've got Jonathan Jerotz in studio today with us from Synergy One Lending, and we are going to be talking about mortgages. Jonathan, thank you so much for being with us.
Hey, thank you for having me. It's such a exciting topic, the mortgage industry.
So
right?
exciting, right? I can't contain it.
Well, you know, it's tough. Even on my radio show on Thursday nights at 6, it's you know, I don't talk a lot about mortgages because it's just not that exciting.
Right.
You know,
Unless you're going through it, and then you really want the information.
Right.
All right, so let's get to it. What's going on with interest rates?
Well, it's a great question. It's always the first question that people have for me. And I'll tell you, I think we're finally to the point in this year where we're going to start to see interest rates increase.
You do?
I do. I think we've been very fortunate up until now.
Okay.
We've had the first quarter of the year kind of be pretty calm, if you will.
Yeah.
We've seen a little increase, a little decrease, a little increase, decrease, and kind of just flat overall. But I think we're finally coming to the hot spot of the year where people need to be careful and interest rates are going to start ticking up. We've had great jobs report numbers for April. I think we're going to continue to see that. It seems like the economy is full steam ahead right now. It seems like it, at least, you know, the reports that come out, whether that's accurate or not. But I look around. I go out to dinner. Restaurants are busy.
Right. Are people in the economy spending their money?
That's right. I think that's happening.
Right.
So I think that is going to push interest rates higher this year.
But we're still hearing low inventory. There's nothing to buy.
Yes, that is the problem, right? So I work with a lot of buyers, first-time home buyers, repeat buyers, people that want to sell and move up or move down. And it's a constant battle right now. Inventory levels are super low. And so it's kind of like, how do you get into the home, right?
Right.
Well, I'll tell you, so Synergy One Lending, a month and a half ago, we launched a program called the 10-Day Close. And it's going really well. And I think this is one of those kind of key points for people. If you're a buyer, you got to get the process down where you can compete with other offers.
And with the investors who are coming in with all cash.
Right. So that's the other thing. There's still investors out there. A lot of cash out there. So how do you compete with it? So you got to close fast, right? Now, some sellers don't want to close fast, which is okay. But if you can present an offer that says, I can close in 10 days, even if you're getting a loan, I think that's putting people on the top of the heap a little bit.
Right.
And for example, one of my buyers just went up against an all-cash offer, actually at a higher price point, and somehow, some way, my buyer, with a 10-day close, taking out a loan, with $5,000 less than an offer, ended up getting the offer accepted.
Why?
But because the listing agent knows we can close quickly. They know the tools that we're using. So we're digitally verifying income. We're digitally verifying assets. So when we go into escrow, it's just a paper type of deal. We order the appraisal. We get the kind of the third-party information that we need to get the process done. But the reality is we're going to get the financing in place within 10 days, which is huge.
Is there a tip that you can give our viewers that can help them when they're shopping for homes? Is there something we should be looking for?
Yeah.
I mean, this 10-day close is fantastic because I know we're putting all of our cards on the table, but how do we have an edge?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. So I think the biggest tip is for people to really know what the payment is going to look like. And the reason why I say that is we get very excited. We're looking online. Everybody's doing their shopping online, whether it's buying shoes, or there was the Kentucky Derby this past weekend. People are wearing those fascinators, right? I'm fascinated by the name of the fascinators, the hat things.
Oh, JJ, you know you have one at home.
I did order some for my wife for our Kentucky Derby party. So
for the Breeders' Cup.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Oh, that's right. It'll be here this year. But I think people forget about what the payment's going to be. And so forget the pre-approval process. You got to get through that, right? You got to get your ducks in a row, get your paperwork lined up, make sure you can get your financing. But most importantly, make sure you can afford the payment or it fits into your budget. So when you fall in love with that home, you don't start second guessing your decision to put an offer on the home. And I'm seeing that right now. Prices are going up, interest rates are climbing, and people aren't prepared when we roll the payment out. It's like, oh, I didn't think it was going to be that much. So that's the tip of the day right there. Make sure you know what your payment's going to be.
Great tip. Jonathan Jerotz, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Or I should call you JJ.
JJ, thanks for having me on.
Thank you so much.